Okay, we're shooting with the 135 1.8 lens on the a7CR. Really good lens. My favorite before was the Zeiss 135 1.8 on the a9 Mark II. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm using the Sony a7CR for portraits. This is actually much smaller. I mean, my first impressions are when I first held the camera, it's much smaller than I expected. You can actually purchase this in either black or the silver color. I had the silver color today, or kind of like gunmetal. Only with the Sony a7CR, you get the grip, and Danica is holding the grip, and this is it right here. And it really helps me a lot because my hand is kind of like medium to large. And so my pinky isn't dangling off the camera. I'm able to hold it and have a good grip on it. Also, this camera, because it's a small size, using this giant lens, the Sony 135 1.8, it may be kind of front heavy. So you just have to be aware of that. But I'm pretty sure those that get this for travel is going to be happy getting this camera. And the model to help me test this camera out today is
Danica. Hi, I'm Danny. Danica Sunny D.
And that's actually your Instagram?
Yes, that is my Instagram.
You are visiting Guam from Hawaii?
Yes, well, born and raised here,
yes.
But moved to Hawaii back home for the holidays.
Nice. And Merry Christmas to everybody who's watching this. This may be the last shoot of the year 2023. Yeah, but we've been shooting for about 15-20 minutes. How do you like the pictures coming out from this camera?
I mean, they look so good. It's like you almost don't need to edit them. They look really good. Like the lighting is placed perfectly. I love it. It looks super artsy just by itself.
Nice.
Yeah.
So we have one more bikini to shoot in. So we'll shoot in this a little bit longer. And all right, let's go. Wash away my fears. So some internal features is the 61 megapixel sensor, a lot of detail. This is found also in A7R4 and A7R5. I like the 61 megapixel sensor because it actually gives me a lot of cropping power. So shooting Danica like half body, I can actually just crop in just to her face. IBIS is pretty good. Low light conditions, I was able to use the 24-70 G Master 2, bring it to 24 millimeter and hand hold it for about 1 second. Anything longer than 1 second, it gets a little bit blurry, but IBIS in this is pretty good. The screen, which I like, and hopefully Danica can show this, it has a new touchscreen feature where you can actually swipe left to right and the menu will come up on the sides, or up and down. Menu will come up, the function menu will come up like that. So you don't have to press the FN button. And also here you can change exposure, ISO, aperture, exposure, and ISO, just like that. So I think the newer cameras such as a7R5, this one, maybe the a6700 has the newer touchscreen features, and maybe the Sony a7 IV and A1 doesn't have it. So a lot of people may want to use this just for the awesome touchscreen, because even the menus are super responsive. Very nice. All right, Danica's ready in her second bikini, and we'll do some more shooting. 2 and 3, good. Your left hand a little bit lower. Thank you. 1, 2, and 3, very nice. 1, 2, and 3. Couple more. Good. Very nice. 1, 2, and 3. One, two, and 3. Look out to the sun. One, 2, and 3. Good. Very nice. 1, 2, and 3. Nice. So I'm shooting electronic shutter because this a7CR only has EFCS, electronic first curtain shutter. So what that means is it's going to affect the bokeh, and if it's a high shutter speed, what's going to happen is the bokeh will have like lines in them. It won't really be full. Oh man, I think Danica's getting away a little bit. So I'm actually shooting in electronic shutter only, so the bokeh is not affected. When I found out about this, after I got the camera, I was kind of disappointed because I love bokeh and I love to see the bird background. So the only way to prevent this for me, because I'm already hitting, I think 1/3000th of a second shutter speed, is I'm just turning on electronic shutter and just shooting electronic shutter only. Oh, sorry, is that a pose? Oh. Oh, you can come up and look at the photos. Okay, nice. 1, 3. 1, 2, and 3. Nice. Ooh. So a lot of people think because this camera is $3,000 that the EVF and rear LCD screen should be way better. The EVF is 2.36 million dots and the rear LCD screen is 1 million dots, but it's actually the same spec as a Micro Four Thirds Olympus EM1 Mark III camera, which is actually larger than this camera. So I'm thinking that if it's good enough for the Micro Four Thirds community, actually it's really good enough for me, because Danica has no problems looking at the rear LCD screen, and when you look through the EVF, the electronic viewfinder, can you see pretty clear the photos?
Yes. Especially in this sunlight, it's so
yes.
helpful. Oh my goodness.
A lot of glare in the rear LCD, but looking through the EVF, you can see it clearly. And the a7CR, it is smaller than the Olympus EM1 Mark III Micro Four Thirds camera, but it has double the size of the sensor, so more dynamic range. And of course, a lot more megapixels than 20 megapixels. But maybe, I think they couldn't really put the higher resolution EVF just because the size of the camera is super small. Okay, we'll keep on shooting. Okay, so the eye autofocus here is pretty good. Danica, are you able to do a twist? Can you turn around? So it's very quick and smooth, super sharp. I took the shot, zooming in, very sharp. And then even against the sun. So I'm gonna come here. Godfrey's shoes might get wet. Sorry, Danica, can you move a little bit to your left? Thank you. So even against the sun, able to pick up the eye like no problem at all. Very good eye autofocus. Nice. 1, 2, 3. Good. Good facial expression. Very nice. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, turn towards the camera just a little bit. Good. 1, 2, and 3. Very good facial expression. One, 2, and 3. Okay, go ahead. One more. I'm taking shots. Good. Okay, on 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, on 3. What? Video. 1, 2, and 3. Everyone's sun is going down and we've been shooting for about an hour and a half. Battery life has went down by half, about 52%. But the images that we're getting out of this camera is really great paired with this lens. Super nice, even against the sun. Danica, I don't think you mentioned your Instagram for our viewers so they can follow you.
Danica, D-A-N-I-C-A, Sunny D. Danica Sunny D.
And of course, we'll put it on the screen and in the description below. But what do you think about the photo shoot overall?
I think we cut a lot of like corners of, you know, oh, lighting, oh, settings. Like we cut a lot of that out by using this camera. I really liked that because we could really focus on the creative aspect, you know? Yes.
And the eye autofocus is so good. I was really, like you're saying, the creative aspect, I was focusing on a composition where you are in the frame. I don't have to worry about the camera. I know it's going to get your eye and face, you know, in focus. So just worrying about the composition, just pressing that button. And we got a lot of amazing shots.
Yeah, I noticed that you didn't have to take like 20. You were able to take like 5 of one pose and like they're all, you know, just bangers. It's great.
Quality over quantity.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you everyone for watching Guam Photography. If you haven't, please subscribe and follow Danica on IG. Bye.